This is the long-awaited clapback from Drake in his longtime feud with Kendrick Lamar. Over his diss track, Not Like Us, he is now filing a federal lawsuit against Universal Music Group for promoting this song, Payola, in order to damage his reputation and give him less leverage in their own contractual negotiations with him. Drake says that they used Not Like Us and promoted the song, which says some terrible things about him, in order to tear down his career. And in case you're not familiar with the song, I wasn't all that familiar either. It was the most streamed song of 2024. Here were some of the lyrics that Kendrick Lamar wrote about Drake. Drake, I hear you like 'em young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. Certified lover boy? Certified PDF files? Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord. It's probably a minor.
Yes, as they're saying in the chat. I can't stand Kendrick Lamar's actual style.
I think they're both really annoying, personally.
Drake was never my cup of tea either. It's funny too because a lot of people would talk about comparing him to J. Cole. J. Cole's better anyways. But I saw a lot of people compare him to Nas, which is just, to me, sacrilegious because I love Nas, and it's just no.
Drake is annoying for reasons that need not even be explained. Yeah. But Kendrick Lamar is annoying in a very special pseudo-intellectual way.
But the point here is that if you're battling back and forth and you battle back with a lawsuit, it means you lost.
Right. Everyone is saying
Drake lost.
Drake, get in the booth. Why are you filing lawsuits? Get in the booth and make a diss track, but he can't do it.
So he wants to do this because he feels like it's going to hurt his negotiations when his contract comes up for renewal.
It was hard for me to understand his argument at first, but this is not a lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar. It's only against UMG. This is his own record label, by the way, but they benefited massively, just in financial terms, from them being in a feud because these are both members of talent.
Stories old as time
under their label, and it's the illusion of choice, and they wanted to promote this rivalry to make money off of it, and I'm sure they made a lot.
There's a 20 there from Olivia with a heart on there.
Mary raps like Shapiro. I was not rapping. Please do not think I was making an attempt at rap performance. That is not me. I would never. They say Drake is not backing down in the war against his own label. He's upped the ante by suing UMG for spreading a false and malicious narrative that he is a pedophile. TMZ has learned Drake filed the defamation case in federal court. He started off by filing a complaint in New York State so that this would be investigated. And then after discovery, he dismissed that and then went to the federal level.
Yeah.
But he says in the docs, he claims UMG knew full well that Kendrick Lamar's lyrics and images in the music video referring to Drake as a PDF file were false and dangerous. In the suit, he calls Kendrick's hit, filled with inflammatory and shocking allegations, a gold mine for UMG, and they had an ulterior financial motive to promote it. He says that they wanted to pump up Not Like Us because it would devalue Drake's music and brand, and therefore UMG would have more leverage in their future contract negotiations with Drake. They wouldn't need to give him as much money, essentially, if he didn't have as much fame as Kendrick Lamar. He has receipts to show just how far the label went to turn Kendrick's song into an anthem. According to the suit, UMG paid a third party to use bots, increasing the song's streams by at least 30 million, and engaged in pay-for-play on radio stations. But they based all of this on fraudulent data. And they also raise a question of what's going to happen at the Super Bowl this year, where Kendrick is headlining.
He's not going to perform this, I don't think.
I mean, it's his biggest song right now, so, like, how could he not? He probably will.
I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. It just doesn't seem like it would make much sense to perform it at the Super Bowl.
I mean, usually what you do at the Super Bowl is you're putting a bunch of your different hit songs together. So, I mean, this is his biggest song of the past year.
It's just funny because it's so specific and personal that it's...
I know, but it also like snowballed into this meme where, much like Diddy, Drake's name is synonymous with sus behavior, creepy behavior.
Well, the first thing that people think about is the Millie Bobby Brown thing.
Right. Notoriously, Millie Bobby Brown admitted when she was 14 years old that she had regular texting conversations with Drake about boys and her dating life, if you even have one of those when you're 14 years old. He would talk to her about these matters, which is deeply inappropriate.
He's going to come back and be like, look, she's married now. Like, I gave great advice. She's he's like, she's happily married now. What are you talking about?
I mean, I can only assume there's just some suspicious activity going on there.
I kind of agree with the chat. I think that the Super Bowl will neuter the song.
They'll probably tell Kendrick he's not allowed.
Baboozle. And then I also think that likely it'll be intercut with other songs and he'll play a portion of it, probably the least inflammatory portion of it.
The suit also says this is not about Kendrick. It's entirely about UMG and their decision to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize the song, which they knew contained false claims.
Well, there was also, remember, there have been big lawsuits going on in the government about the ability to use music as a means of prosecution, right? And a lot of these states say that you should not be able to, that you should not be able to use somebody's artistic endeavors as a means of evidence for prosecution. I don't know if that's where this falls in there. Like, does this work the other way where now, like, it's not defamation, it's just art?
Right. Yeah. I mean, those examples you bring up are usually evidence used for gang violence. Yeah. Right? Yeah. If there's something that appears to be a threat of gang violence in a rap song that's very specific and very targeted in nature, can you use that as some sort of confession of guilt in a criminal case? But in this situation, I don't know. Can you separate art from the artist and the subject from the art?
In relation to...
He is actually naming him, though. Yeah. And he's very clearly accusing him of crimes against children.
Yeah, it's a huge accusation. It wasn't so vague. As an artistic endeavor, it wasn't vague. No. It wasn't really done.
It also wasn't a good song, personal opinion.
I've never liked his music, but that's just me personally.
It got streams because of the drama surrounding
Well, I mean, no, he's very popular, and he is very, very well liked as a performer. It's just not my personal
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't have otherwise been the #1 streamed song of the year had it not been for the feud between them. And Drake didn't have a follow-up. He just went silent and started working with his lawyers. Yeah. And here we have the result.
But that just feels like a loss to me.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's definitely at least a loss of dignity.
It's like when you get into a schoolyard fight and then you go and tell the principal rather than fight back.
Right,
It just doesn't work to me.
And I feel like also since Diddy's case has been getting so much attention, Drake's allegations fell by the wayside. Like, nobody was paying attention to them anymore.
The best thing that Drake could do, from what I've gathered, is if he wants to win, he should bet on himself winning. Because from everything that I've seen when it comes to sports betting, there's like a Drake curse where everything he bets on loses. So he should bet on Kendrick winning so that he wins.
Wait, how do people even know that Drake is like a huge gambler?
I think he posts about it a lot with like this. He's probably sponsored by the sports betting site. Yeah. So they, to draw traffic to it. It's kind of like the sports betting version of the women who say, I made this many millions of dollars on OnlyFans in 1 week.
Yeah.
Right? So we're going to need Drake to put a bet on Kendrick to win the lawsuit if he has any hope of winning this case. Well, no, he has to put a bet on UMG, on Universal Music Group, winning the lawsuit so that he can win.
People are replying to this headline showing videos of Drake kissing underage women, which it's on video. It is on video, and there's also a picture I'm looking at right now of him at Kylie Jenner's 16th birthday kissing her on the cheek, but also kind of looks like he's holding her in place, like she can't She
She's, like,
can't
trying
move
to get
away.
Yeah.
She's like leaning away from him in the photo, as far as I can tell. So there is already this incriminating stuff out there online, and it's going to be hard to run away from. And not to mention, he made claims of criminal activity about Kendrick as well. Like, he claimed that Kendrick was beating his wife.
All very, very serious claims.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.